Hi, I'm Gary Moyers with Moyers Online. I want to talk to you today about QSC and their KW Series of speakers. These are great speakers. The rep brought them in today and we fired them up and they just sound wonderful. This is a very, very good option for permanent installs all the way down to weekend warriors. They really sound good. They come in four different models if you count the sub that goes along with it. This is the KW 122. It's quality birchwood construction. It's not a plastic mold or anything. It's a good solid wood cabinet, which helps the resonance of the speakers. This is a tour grade steel metal grill on the front, so it'll take a licking and keep on ticking. Great recessed handles, easy to carry this thing around. One of the things that I really like about the 122 and the 152, which is the slightly bigger version of it, is I can't show you now because it's on the pole, but it has a tilt mechanism in the recessed hole under this thing, so that if you want, you can tilt the speaker up to 7.5 degrees, which is, if your speaker is sitting straight up, about like that. And that's good for situations if you're on a tall stage, you don't want to bounce off the ceiling, most of your coverage is down below you, your audience, so you want to push it down a little bit rather than shoot over the heads. It's a really unique design for a speaker mount. It's also riggable. You can fly this thing. It's got the M10 rigging points on the top, so lots of different ways to use it. On the back, let me show you a little bit about this. It has a 1,000-watt speaker in it, so it can push a lot of power, speaker enclosed. It's a QSC amp in the speaker, so no need to run a separate amplifier. I love powered speakers because it's a great solution for installations and concerts. I love the power connection here. No kicking it out because it's got a release button on the side. You got to pull it loose from the side and hit the button to get it out. So you're not going to kick out your speaker, your power wire at all. The 122, actually the whole line of the KW series, has some really unique architecture in it as far as signal routing is concerned. You have two different inputs, XLR and TRS. You can go mic line or line level, either one. It's got a four-way selector switch here, so you can pad your incoming signal to get however you want. It's got its own, of course, gain level, and it also has a Phoenix connector here that allows you to change your gain remotely if you have the right equipment to do that. It also has RCA inputs so that you can play your iPod or CD player or whatever. You can daisy chain these things, one to the other, as many as you need. It's a wonderful, wonderful unit. I really like this a whole lot. And it comes in three different sizes. This is the 122. It's got the 12-inch enclosure. The 152 has a 15-inch. So it gives you a little bit better sound. You know, one thing I did forget to show you that's very important in this. Let me just roll it back here real quick. There is some EQ settings here that you can change in your sound. This spot right here, this is, you can set it on normal and it just gives you a straight, clear sound. Or you can pop it down to the deep setting and it gives you a little bit of extra bass resonance, which is important if you're not running subs. Of course, you can pop it up for a sub if you want. And it has an internal crossover, so it'll handle that just fine. It also has a vocal boost here. If you want it flat, you can get the true signal that's coming through, or pop it up to vocal boost, and it bumps the upper mids just a hair, about the voice level, so that will pierce through a little bit better. And you have 3 power settings. If put up on power, and the LED will light when it's turned on. You know, no brainer. Turn it off if you want to. It also has a limit setting. You put it there and it shows when the internal compressor limiter kicks in. You're driving it too much. If you got your iPod plugged in, you got it turned up too much, you're peaking it, the internal compressor will kick in and push it back so you don't blow anything. QSC has thought of everything in this little baby. So this is, like I said, the 122 with the 12-inch, the 152 with the 15-inch, and this is the big one, 153 3-way with a 15-inch in it, and boy, this thing, you don't need a sub with this speaker because it really rocks the house. We were thumping this room pretty heavily earlier with the 153. And there's a 181, which is a sub enclosure, and overall it's a really wide array of speakers that comes in the KW line. So check it out at moyersonline.com, the QSC KW Series of speakers.